Hello. This is a timeless reading meant to find you whenever it finds you. So I already pulled 3 cards. We have the Lovers, Queen of Swords, and 8 of Cups. The keyword here is indolence. For this reading, I'm seeing somebody who finally chose themselves. I see that there was somebody who maybe was breadcrumbing you or who wanted you to chase them. And I see that now you've finally chosen yourself. It looks like with the Queen of Swords, you really cut them out of your energy, or you cut them out of your life. At least I see like a string around your heart, and that other end of the string is attached to this other person, and I see you holding it and then severing it. And that looked quite painful. I see that this is somebody that you genuinely cared for, or had a deep infatuation for, or carried like limerence for. But this was a really major like stepping stone for you. I see that with the Lovers, I think that it gets sensationalized to mean romantic love, and in this way it kind of is. But I also see here that this is meant to be self-love, or understanding different aspects of who you are. I see that in this card, Spirit has orchestrated your connection with this person, but they weren't supposed to be your forever person. They're sent to you to teach you something about the world, as well as who you are and your personality. With the last card, 8 of Cups, I see that you walked away from them, but you walked away accepting who they are, or understanding that you were not compatible with this other person in the way that you wanted. Where if the both of you were to be together, it would mean compromising too much of yourself for someone, or them changing who they are fundamentally for you. I see that it looks like they weren't willing to change. Like, I see a mutable aspect within you. Like, you've tried thinking of things in a different way. You tried changing parts of your mindset for them, but they didn't really meet you halfway. They just, it's like you put in so much effort and they couldn't mirror that. They couldn't match that. And you realize that why should you love someone who isn't going to love you the same way? Why would you do all these things for someone who wouldn't do the same for you? I see that this is quite difficult, or that there's still heaviness around the heart regarding this. So I'm going to ask, Spirit, can you give me a bit more information about this connection? What will help ease the heart and mind of the person listening to this right now? You have Princess of Discs and 4 of Wands, completion. So I do see that you shouldn't deny yourself these hard emotions if they rise up, or if you find yourself thinking about them, because that's a normal process of life. With these 2 cards that showed up, it really feels like something about this connection was supposed to show you parts of your shadow, parts of you that maybe you weren't aware of or you didn't realize you could be, especially in terms of being in a relationship. I feel like karmically, this person was to teach you or was here to teach you what you don't want, where like you saw all of these different beautiful things or beautiful aspects about them, but maybe it blinded you to these negative things that perhaps they weren't trying to hide, but that you couldn't see because it was very alluring that looking at them, looking at what they have to offer, who they are, their physical beauty, a lot of it distracted you from their shadow aspects. And the more time you spent around them, the more you interacted with them, the more you realized what these shadow aspects are. And you realize that this darkness within them doesn't play well with your own personal darkness, because we all have things that we're working on. We all have a darkness within us, but it's about understanding how our demon, our shadow, plays with theirs without any judgment, without any stigma. So give yourself this time to breathe out, to relax, and to understand why this person came into your life. Understand what they showed you about yourself, because you're meant to be in a relationship where you're not compromising, where you're not giving up parts of yourself for the other person. And I don't think you want that either from someone else. I think that you're looking for somebody who is your complementary half, someone that you can go together with instead of be codependent on. Well, that's everything I'm seeing for this reading. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.